Welcome to Korean Cinema Channel. Today I would like to send you the following news.
Did you catch this weekend's big drama? Zhao Lusi scandal sparks heated debate. Wu Lei almost becomes the next backstabbed star over the weekend. A major controversy took the Chinese entertainment world by storm. A video featuring top actress Zhao Lusi went viral, revealing her using offensive language during filming. The resurfaced behind-the-scenes clip, from the drama Love Like the Galaxy, Lan, shot over a year ago, showcased a side of Zhao Lusi previously hidden from the public eye. Unlike the carefully edited official footage released a year ago, this new clip showed unfiltered interactions between Zhao Lusi and co-star Wu Lei while they were filming a horseback riding scene. In the video, Zhao Lusi's use of harsh words and aggressive tone shocked many netizens, with some expressing disappointment at her true personality behind the camera. The unexpected outburst has led to growing more notably. Fans have voiced concern over Wu Lei, who appeared visibly uncomfortable during the exchange. Many fear he could have become the next victim of the so-called backstab cult, referencing the infamous incident involving actor Hae-in, who was once betrayed by close peers during a past scandal. The situation has stirred public sympathy for Wu Lei, praising his professionalism and calm demeanor under pressure. This incident has not only shaken Zhao Lusi's public image but also reignited debates around celebrity behavior, the authenticity of public personas, and the pressure young stars face behind the scenes. As the fallout continues to unfold, fans are waiting to see how both stars, and their agencies, will respond. Weekend drama alert: Zhao Lusi caught using profanity. Wu Lei maintains calm amid controversy this weekend. A behind-the-scenes video from the drama Love Like the Galaxy, Lan, stirred up intense discussion online. Shot over a year ago but only recently leaked, the clip features popular actors Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei riding a horse together. While the official version released last year was carefully edited, this unfiltered footage paints a very different picture, one that has shocked fans and netizens alike. In the video, Wu Lei and Zhao Lusi are seen riding the same horse. Wu Lei remains composed and professional throughout the scene, maintaining a steady expression. However, Zhao Lusi, who is seated in front of him, is noticeably agitated, screaming, complaining loudly, and even going so far as to curse at Wu Lei, shouting, "What's wrong with you? Are you sick?" The outburst took many by surprise. Zhao Lusi's behavior, seen as rude and disrespectful, quickly drew criticism, with some questioning whether her sweet on-screen persona is merely an act. Wu Lei's calm reaction has been widely praised, with fans expressing concern that he nearly became the next victim of the notorious backstab cult, a reference to actors who are betrayed by co-stars or peers during scandals, like the infamous Hae-in incident. The controversy has reignited debate about how celebrities present themselves in public versus how they behave off-camera. As the clip continues to circulate online, public opinion remains divided. Will Zhao Lusi address the backlash? And how will Wu Lei respond, if at all? One thing is clear, the internet is watching closely. Zhao Lusi's vulgar outburst shocks fans. What drove her to insult a star so harshly? The leaked behind-the-scenes video has not only tarnished Zhao Lusi's image, it's also earned her a brand new, not-so-flattering nickname among netizens, Sister Spicy Next Door, a sarcastic play on her aggressive language in the clip. What shocked viewers the most wasn't just the fact that Zhao Lusi was yelling, it was the level of profanity used. One particular phrase was so vulgar that it couldn't even be typed out on most social media platforms without being censored. In the footage, Zhao repeatedly curses and even makes deeply offensive remarks referencing a co-star's mother, a huge cultural taboo in Chinese society. All of this was directed at Wu Lei, who remained calm and collected despite the verbal. Naturally, fans and commentators are left asking, what could have possibly triggered such behavior? Was it frustration with the scene? Personal tension between the actors? Or simply an emotional outburst caught on camera? While Zhao Lusi has yet to release a public statement, the backlash has been swift. Netizens are now dissecting past interviews and interactions for signs of her true temperament, and some former crew members have anonymously hinted that this may not have been an isolated incident. In contrast, Wu Lei's maturity and restraint have won widespread praise. For many, this scandal isn't just about a viral video, it's a wake-up call about how much we don't know about celebrities once the cameras stop rolling. Zhao Lusi's on-set meltdown sparks backlash. What really happened behind the scenes of Love Like the Galaxy? The controversy surrounding Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei exploded after a behind-the-scenes video from Love Like the Galaxy, Lan, surfaced online. revealing not a sweet rom-com moment, but an ugly altercation that caught fans completely off guard. The scene in question was filmed near the end of production. According to the script, Wu Lei's character was meant to heroically leap onto a horse and rescue Zhao Lusi's panicked Hae-in, who had lost control while riding. It was a classic romantic rescue, at least, on screen, but behind the camera, things went sideways. The two actors were riding the same horse for this stunt, with Wu Lei sitting behind Zhao Lusi. While Wu Lei stayed calm and focused, Zhao Lusi appeared agitated from the start, shouting loudly, complaining, and suddenly launching into a string of profanities. At one point, she snapped at Wu Lei with an aggressive insult, reportedly shouting, "What's wrong with you? Are you sick?" She even used an offensive phrase involving a parent, a severe taboo in Chinese culture. The vulgarity shocked viewers, especially given Zhao Lusi's usual sweet and bubbly public image. Some netizens even joked she's earned a new nickname, Sister Spicy Next Door, referencing the harsh words she threw around so freely. While Wu Lei handled the moment with poise, many fans are now asking, what pushed Zhao Lusi to this extreme? Was it discomfort, stress, or something deeper behind the scenes? With no official response yet, speculation continues, and so does the backlash behind the viral outburst. What really triggered Zhao Lusi's on-set meltdown with Wu Lei? The recent viral video of Zhao Lusi lashing out at co-star Wu Lei has left fans stunned, but what exactly led to her explosive reaction? The incident took place near the end of filming for Love Like the Galaxy. The two stars were shooting a crucial horseback riding scene where the male lead heroically leaps onto a horse to save the frightened heroine. For this stunt, both Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei shared the same horse, Zhao sitting in front, Wu Lei behind her as the camera rolled. Wu Lei had already slipped into character, ready to deliver a dramatic and emotional performance. However, Zhao Lusi appeared distracted, fixing her hair and seemingly unaware that the director had already called action. Focused on her appearance, she missed the cue entirely. With the cameras rolling, the misalignment between the actors caused an awkward tension. Frustrated and caught off guard, Zhao Lusi suddenly lashed out, shouting at Wu Lei, "What's wrong with you? Are you sick?" She then followed up with a profanity so harsh it couldn't even be shown on social media without being censored, including an insult involving a parent, an unthinkable breach of decorum in Chinese culture. The public, shocked by her outburst and her unfiltered tone, quickly labeled her with a biting new nickname, Sister Spicy Next Door. Meanwhile, Wu Lei's calm and composed demeanor earned prey, reinforcing his reputation as a true professional under pressure. This unexpected leak has not only cracked Zhao Lusi's polished public image, it's also reignited deeper questions about celebrity authenticity, on-set behavior, and the pressures of stardom. What really happened on the horse? Miscommunication turns ugly between Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei. The horseback incident between Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei during the filming of Love Like the Galaxy continues to stir heated debate, and now, with more behind-the-scenes details emerging, the situation is beginning to make more sense. The scene was meant to be dramatic. Wu Lei's character charges forward on horseback, rescuing the terrified heroine. As filming began, Wu Lei quickly slipped into character, gripping the reins and galloping forward as scripted. Zhao Lusi, sitting in front of him, suddenly started twisting, flailing, and shouting on the horse. To Wu Lei, it seemed like she had also gotten into character, portraying the fear and panic required for the scene, so he kept going, fully immersed in the moment. But here's where it all: Zhao Lusi, still unaware that the camera was rolling to fixing her hair earlier, believed Wu Lei was deliberately making the horse ride rougher to mess with her. Feeling panicked and humiliated, she snapped, loudly screaming and unleashing a tirade of expletives, including one deeply offensive phrase involving a parent. The profanity was so intense, it was instantly censored online. Netizens have since dubbed her Sister Spicy Next Door, reflecting the sharp contrast between her public image and this unexpected meltdown. What was meant to be a heroic rescue became an uncomfortable moment of miscommunication. Wu Lei, ever the professional, stayed silent. But the internet hasn't. And now, the question remains, will Zhao Lusi explain herself, or let this one ride off into scandal history? When the camera rolls, so does the drama. Zhao Lusi and Wu Lei's on-set clash. It started as a routine horseback rescue scene in Love Like the Galaxy quickly spiraled into one of the most talked about on-set conflicts in recent. The scene required Wu Lei to leap onto a horse and gallop away with Zhao Lusi sitting in front, her character meant to be frightened and flailing. As the director called action, Wu Lei got into position and the horse began to move. Zhao, however, was still distracted, adjusting her hair, and seemingly unaware that filming had begun. When the horse started galloping, She panicked, thinking Wu Lei was playing a prank on her while Wu Lei believed Zhao was simply acting out her character's fear. Zhao began twisting, yelling, and suddenly exploded with anger. She started shouting, cursing, and even lashed out with a harsh insult involving Wu Lei's mother, words so vulgar they were instantly censored in online discussions. Sensing something was wrong, Wu Lei quickly stopped the horse and calmly told her, "The cameras are rolling. We're acting." Crew members stepped in to confirm that the scene had officially begun, but instead of acknowledging her mistake or apologizing, Lusi doubled down. She continued cursing, saying, "Wu Lei, what is wrong with you?" with no sign of regret for derailing the scene or lashing out at her co-star. The moment shattered Zhao's sweet girl image, leaving fans stunned. And while Wu Lei's composure won him praise, the unanswered question lingers: was this a one-time outburst, or just the tip of the iceberg? Lusi loses temper on set. Wu Lei stays calm amid Chaos. A recently leaked video from the set of Love Like the Galaxy has shocked fans, revealing a heated moment between Lusi and Wu Lei that shattered their on-screen chemistry. The drama unfolded during the filming of a horseback rescue scene. The director had called action, and everyone on set heard it, except Lusi. Focused on fixing her hair, she missed the cue. Wu Lei, already in character, guided the horse into motion as scripted. But Zhao, startled and unaware filming had begun, thought Wu Lei was playing as she began to panic, shouting and flailing. Then, in a stunning moment, she cursed loudly, dropping a vulgar insult so harsh it was censored online, and even lashed out physically, swiping her arm in anger and striking Wu Lei despite being publicly humiliated. Wu Lei remained composed. He stopped the horse immediately and calmly explained, "The cameras are rolling. We're acting." Crew members backed him up, confirming the shoot had officially started. Even then, Lusi showed no remorse. She continued cursing Wu Lei, saying, "What's wrong with you?" without a single apology. Yet Wu Lei didn't retaliate. Instead, when Zhao got off the horse, he instinctively reached out to steady her, ensuring she didn't fall. The moment has left netizens divided. One star lost her cool, while the other kept his. Wu Lei's professionalism shone through, but Lusi's outburst may have done lasting damage to her reputation. After the outburst, Wu Lei sits alone, while Lusi is comforted as the tension on set exploded. What happened after the camera stopped has only deepened public sympathy for Wu Lei. Following Lusi's verbal outburst and physical swipe, the entire crew rushed to console her. Meanwhile, Wu Lei, who had just been screamed at, cursed out, and hit, was left alone on horseback. Sitting quietly, he took a long breath, clearly trying to collect himself. Eyewitnesses say he didn't speak a word. He simply stared forward, processing everything in silence. Netizens who saw the leaked footage couldn't help but project themselves into the situation. "If it were me," one wrote, "I'd have slapped back right then and there. How can someone get yelled at like that for doing their job and still stay so calm?" Another added, "Wu Lei must have been repeating professionalism, professionalism, professionalism in his head like a mantra." What's even more shocking to many is that Wu Lei, despite being publicly humiliated, still reached out to protect Lusi when she got off the horse, making sure she didn't fall. That quiet gesture has since gone viral, praised as the epitome of grace under pressure. Lusi, meanwhile, has yet to issue any public statement. But for Wu Lei, this moment has solidified his image as a true professional, and someone with extraordinary patience and character. If not for Wu Lei's restraint, would he have become the next Yin Zhaotian? Behind Wu Lei's calm reaction wasn't just emotional maturity, it was survival instinct in an industry that often punishes male actors for speaking up. Throughout the chaotic horseback scene, even as Lusi cursed and struck him, Wu Lei never once let go of the reins. He stayed in control of the horse, protecting her from falling. After the scene, when she dismounted, he even forced a smile for the cameras, leaving a picture of grace and professionalism. But what if he hadn't? Netizens have pointed out that had Wu Lei responded in anger, even just a harsh word back, he could have faced the same fate as Yin Zhaotian. In the infamous knife-stabbing clique incident, Yin Zhaotian was berated on set by an actress. When he defended himself verbally, he was instantly cast as the villain by a wave of influential insiders. His career spiraled, not because he was wrong, but because he spoke up. In contrast, Wu Lei's silence and composure may have saved him. He bore the insults, the slap, the humiliation, and still made sure the scene ended safely. Many now view him not only as a skilled actor, but as someone deeply aware of the unwritten rules that govern fame. In moments of crisis, silence is often your only defense. The lesson? In showbiz, Professionalism isn't just about talent, it's also knowing when swallowing your pride is the only way to protect your future. Wu Lei's restraint versus Yin Zhaoshan's fall. The double-edged sword of showbiz. The comparison between Wu Lei's calm and Yin Zhaoshan's downfall speaks volumes about the harsh realities of the entertainment industry. Yin Zhaoshan's story is one of the most tragic in recent history, reminding everyone how a single moment of verbal retaliation can destroy a career. In the infamous gunfire and bullets incident, Yin Zhaoshan was simply trying to do his job when actress Bayan Xiaoxiao brought her personal issues onto the set, refusing to cooperate during scenes. After multiple attempts to resolve the situation amicably, Yin Zhaoshan finally snapped and responded harshly to her verbal abuse. He didn't lay a finger on her, but the damage was done. Bayan Xiaoxiao twisted the narrative, accusing him of acting like a big shot and hitting a woman. She even escalated the situation into a gender issue, claiming that no matter the circumstances, a man touching a woman was always wrong. Her allegations were amplified by public sentiment, and despite the release of surveillance footage proving Yin Zhaoshan's innocence, the media storm and backlash were unrelenting. Colleagues and industry insiders quickly turned their backs on him, and his career suffered irreparable damage. This is where Wu Lei's situation diverges. Despite the verbal assault and physical slap from Lusi, Wu Lei never retaliated. He stayed composed and continued to do his job, choosing silence and professionalism over self-defense. The contrast is clear. Yin Zhaoshan's career spiraled because of a single moment of frustration, while Wu Lei's restraint and understanding of industry dynamics likely saved him from a similar fate. In the world of entertainment, where perception often trumps reality, Wu Lei's ability to keep his composure under pressure has protected his career, something Yin Zhaoshan could not manage in his time of crisis. If Wu Lei had responded, the consequences he could have faced. Let's rewind to 2023. If Wu Lei had snapped back at Lusi during the Star E Bloom's filming, responded in anger, or even raised a hand in frustration, the consequences would likely have been disastrous. Given the nature of the entertainment industry, where fans and media often jump to conclusions, Wu Lei would have been labeled the aggressor, accused of mistreating his co-star. In a scenario where he retaliated, it would have only taken a single moment of losing his temper to create a media frenzy. We've seen how such incidents escalate. The very same industry that praises professionalism would have turned on him, with blame shifting to the actor who responded to provocation. Netizens, eager to fuel the fire, would likely have branded him as unprofessional, marking the beginning of an endless stream of criticisms and tarnishing his image. Luckily, Wu Lei was not put in that situation. Throughout the ordeal, he maintained the utmost professionalism. Despite being verbally attacked and slapped by Lusi, he remained calm, explained the situation without raising his voice, and never once displayed any frustration on his face. He didn't even pull a black face or react negatively. In fact, he continued to act with full commitment to the scene, ensuring the shot went smoothly. In this case, Wu Lei can truly be seen as a perfect victim. His conduct highlighted the stark contrast between how an actor should behave and how they could be wrongfully misjudged. By holding his ground with grace, he avoided what could have been a career-damaging incident, showcasing not just talent, but remarkable emotional control. Despite Wu Lei's restraint, he's still accused of workplace bullying, the power of fan culture. After the scene was stopped, Wu Lei, despite being in the right, didn't push the situation further. He didn't retaliate, didn't escalate the tension, and instead gave Lusi the respect and dignity she deserved, even helping her safely dismount from the horse. His actions reflected a perfect balance of professionalism and care, showcasing maturity and a strong sense of responsibility both on and off screen. Yet, despite Wu Lei doing everything right, his efforts didn't go unnoticed in the wrong way. Some fans of Lusi accused him of deliberate workplace bullying. They went so far as to claim that Wu Lei had intentionally set Lusi up to embarrass herself, as though he had somehow orchestrated the situation to make her look bad. This type of reaction highlights a deep flaw in modern fan culture, where a single narrative can be shaped and spread without full context. Or what's even more alarming is that Wu Lei, having shown the utmost respect and consideration for his co-star, was still vilified by some for simply staying professional. In an environment where fan loyalty sometimes overrides objective truth, even the most composed and thoughtful actions can be misconstrued or manipulated to fit a narrative that aligns with fan. In this case, Wu Lei's example of high emotional intelligence and professionalism wasn't enough to shield him from the backlash fueled by fan culture. His experience highlights a troubling reality. The line between fairness and bias is often blurred in the world of celebrity, and even the most well-intentioned actors can find themselves caught in the crossfire of online judgment. The perils of being the target. Wu Lei's unwarranted blame and the impact of fan culture. Despite Wu Lei being the one who worked diligently, maintained composure, and even protected Zhao Lusi when things went wrong, he found himself at the center of criticism. Some of Zhao Lusi's fans even went so far as to tag him with insults like "Mama's boy Wu Lei" and demanded an apology from him. It's baffling, he was the one who was insulted, the one who was slapped, yet somehow, the blame was placed on him. Wu Lei was simply fulfilling his role, adhering to his professionalism, and keeping his calm, while Zhao Lusi's actions were directly contributing to the disruption. Instead of receiving understanding or empathy, Wu Lei was unfairly portrayed as the one putting Zhao Lusi in danger, when in reality, he was the one trying to prevent harm. Had Wu Lei responded with anger, or even defended himself, the situation could have escalated into something much worse. It's easy to imagine how this could have turned into a full-blown scandal, with Wu Lei possibly facing the same fate as actor Hae-in, whose career was derailed after being accused of hitting a woman in an on-set confrontation. Wu Lei's restraint was likely the only thing that kept the situation from spiraling into a media frenzy, but even so, he still faced the aftermath of being misjudged and blamed. Meanwhile, Zhao Lusi, who initiated the verbal attack on set, later attempted to downplay the incident during the Star E Bloom's press conference, subtly deflecting responsibility. It was a clear attempt to redirect the narrative away from her actions, yet it also revealed a level of self-awareness. She knew her conduct was far from ideal, but rather than apologizing or taking accountability, she shifted the focus. This entire incident illustrates the perilous nature of fame in today's social media-driven world. Despite being the victim, Wu Lei found himself painted as the antagonist, demonstrating just how easily public perception can be manipulated. His experience serves as a reminder of the harsh realities celebrities face, when their actions are scrutinized through the lens of bias and fan loyalty. Wu Lei's professionalism masking hidden tension, navigating pitfalls and misunderstandings. Zhao Lusi's comments about the horse's behavior during filming were a subtle way of deflecting responsibility, framing the situation as though the horse had been uncontrollable for days when, in fact, the crew had already entered character mode, and no one thought the horse was out of control. Wu Lei, who was clearly paying attention to every word, knew the danger of the situation. He had to stay vigilant, ensuring that he didn't fall into any traps or pitfalls that might later be used against. It's evident that Wu Lei was not completely unfazed by the incident. In fact, the tension between him and Zhao Lusi, though unspoken, lingered in their interactions afterward. Wu Lei may have outwardly kept his composure, but internally, the impact of being insulted and blamed in front of the entire crew was palpable. While Wu Lei is known for his professionalism, it doesn't mean he doesn't have his own temper. In fact, behind the scenes, there were whispers that he was extremely upset after the incident. Some crew members even claimed that, after being insulted on set, Wu Lei was so angry that he considered leaving the project early and made arrangements to wrap up the filming the next day, even going as far as covering the expenses out of his own pocket to expedite the process. Although the truth behind these reports remains uncertain, what is clear is that Wu Lei, despite maintaining a calm exterior, was deeply affected by the events. The rapid pace at which he left the set on the final day suggests that the tension had taken a toll on him. This entire situation showcases the complexity of working in such an environment. On the surface, Wu Lei remained the picture of professionalism, but beneath it, he was undoubtedly impacted by the experience. His story serves as a reminder that even the most composed and diligent individuals can struggle with the emotional weight of public misunderstandings and interpersonal conflicts. Wu Lei's professionalism versus Zhao Lusi's impulsive behavior, a tale of two idols. From a young age, Wu Lei was instilled with a deep sense of discipline and respect. Having started his career at just 3 years old, he learned early on to maintain control over his emotions and conduct himself with the utmost professionalism, especially in the face of adversity. This was likely influenced by his upbringing, where his mother played a pivotal role in guiding him through the industry's challenges. Wu Lei's determination to ensure his mother was respected, particularly after enduring disparaging comments on set before his fame, speaks volumes about his sense of responsibility and character. Wu Lei's 20 years in the entertainment industry are a testament to his ability to remain composed under pressure. Despite facing challenges and witnessing others' struggles, he has managed to avoid the pitfalls that many in the industry fall into. Even when faced with a live broadcast host making inappropriate remarks or being insulted on set, Wu Lei maintained his composure, choosing to respond with grace and humor instead of anger. This level of self-control is not easy, especially considering the often toxic environment that can exist in the entertainment industry. Wu Lei has learned to handle not only his public image but also the pressures of working with others, as seen in his recent encounter with Zhao Lusi on set. Despite being verbally attacked and disrespected, he didn't retaliate but instead took the high road, keeping the peace and ensuring the safety of everyone involved. In contrast, Zhao Lusi's behavior on set during the Hae-in Canlan filming, where she lashed out at Wu Lei, calling him names and even physically hitting him, highlights a stark difference in professionalism. While she may have been frustrated, her outbursts reflect a lack of respect for her co-worker and the work environment. Although she later tried to shift the blame onto the horse and downplay the incident, Wu Lei's silent endurance speaks to a far more mature approach. Wu Lei's experience in the industry has shaped him into a model of restraint and professionalism. He knows that in the entertainment world, how you handle conflict and maintain your composure can determine your long-term success. He is aware of the rules of the industry, as he has seen firsthand how easily one misstep can lead to career devastation, such as the case with Yin Zhaotian and the knife-stabbing incident. At the same time, Wu Lei's professionalism is a reminder that idols are not just defined by their talent but by their ability to navigate complex interpersonal dynamics. While Zhao Lusi's actions in the recent scandal show the risks of impulsive behavior and a lack of professionalism, they also highlight the importance of having the right attitude when in the public. Ultimately, Wu Lei and Zhao Lusi embody two different versions of what it means to be a public figure. One demonstrates maturity and self-control, understanding the weight of their actions on their career and the people around them. The other, while still relatively young, shows the potential for growth but also the importance of learning from mistakes and taking responsibility for one's actions. This contrast is a reflection of the varying levels of professionalism and maturity found in the entertainment industry, and it's clear that Wu Lei's approach has earned him the respect of his peers and the admiration of his fans.
Thank you for watching my channel. See you in the next videos. Thanks.